anything. Uh-oh.
You have to hold very still,
Mhm.
or otherwise it'll fall off. Hi, guys. Toss me the ball, sis. I can't get rid of it no matter how hard I try. See? We can't make another identity.
Okay. Wow.
Sweet. Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Put
Good
your
morning.
halo on. If you haven't updated Zoom, you need to. It's a lot of fun. Probably, you know what? I think Sis and I are late to the party. I think all of you probably already knew about the virtual. Well, I don't have a green screen, so I don't have a virtual background, but apparently I have these fun little video something or other enhancements.
Visual effects, they call it.
Visual effects, yes. Okay. Well, naturally, if the Son of God is our identity, we all have halos, so it's not a big surprise.
We should
Okay.
have worn this for the last lesson yesterday.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I thought the bunny was really apropos, though. From bunnies into angels. Hi, family. We're on lesson 253. Sis, and I
Okay,
think it's your turn to read.
sure. Mm. Okay, let's get in alignment with this lesson.
Okay.
Myself, my holy self, is ruler of the universe. Myself is ruler of the universe.
Well, then I have no idea who myself is.
That's very honest.
Mm.
I mean, can we just close our eyes for a few seconds
Mm-hmm.
and feel into this holy self that is ruler of the universe? That is our true identity. Myself is ruler of the universe. Thank you. Thank you. It is impossible that anything should come to me unbidden by myself. Even in this world, it is I who rule my destiny. Even in this world, it is I who rule my destiny. What happens is what I desire. What does not occur is what I do not want to happen. This must I accept. For thus am I led past this world to my creations, children of my will, in heaven, where my holy self abides with them and him who has created me. You are the self whom you created, Son, creating like yourself and one with you. Myself, which rules the universe, is but your will in perfect union with my own. which can but offer glad assent to yours, that it may be extended to itself.
Wow. He's really he's speaking from and about the state of atonement.
Right.
You know, the first thing as you were reading this was just that, death is a choice that we make. But yet, if this is true, and I believe that it is true, I trust that it is true, that, it's a choice that I will live. I choose to live. I'm just revoking consent to what I previously thought before, and I choose again.
But this time you choose with his will, in his
Yes.
will, right?
As his will.
As his will.
Yes.
As his will. Yeah. Yeah. Can we just unpack this a little bit? Because in that first paragraph,
Yep.
there's some big question marks. I can feel them. He says in line number 6 in the first paragraph, for thus I am led past this world, this body, the world, to my creations, children of my will in heaven, where my holy self abides with them and him who has created me, which is God, right? So for many, many years, I was completely mystified by this reference to our creations. And I think a lot of people get confused, me as well in the early days with the course, of thinking that here in this world and in this dream, we are co-creating with God. And it doesn't happen. It's not at this level. It's not in the dreaming state of separation that we can co-create, because we're still in the stuck or willingly stuck in the realm of perception. We're not, our awareness is not in heaven yet. Okay.
Right.
While we naturally abide in heaven, the truth, the holy self abides in heaven and is co-creating with God. Here in the dream, there is no co-creating. It can't happen. Closest to it, I believe, is full-on forgiveness, right?
Forgiveness is the closest thing we can come to God's will here in the gap, because it serves God's will, even though it is an illusion as well. Because God knows that this is God's creation. This is what God knows. This is knowledge. This is where we seem to fall asleep and enter into the realm of perception, space, time, physical matter, and then the story of me. So God is, we've pretty much exhausted this, but it bears repeating. God is not in the gap. God is not aware of illusions. God is not dreaming. So God is not in this picture. Through our forgiveness and joining with our brothers, we have these holy instants where memory of what is returns to our awareness, right? But it's here that's our home. This is where we have always been. Hasn't come into being. This is what the result of a sleeping mind. It's never become true. So we awaken and find ourselves back in home where we have always been. And what's waiting for us when the mind stops with the insanity and is returned to wholeness through Holy Spirit? Well, apparently we have creations that we have co-created with God that are true. With God, the impulse of divine love through our extension has created other, I don't know, other beings.
Other beings, yes. Thank you. Yes. That's
right.
what he says in the Ur text. And so Jesus revealed to me, Jesus revealed to me that in heaven, we do co-create with him, beings of light, as what you were just saying then.
Yeah.
Right? Expressions of light, we do create them. It has nothing to do with children here that we have as parents, in the dream. But we do create beings of light, and some of those beings of light that we have co-created in heaven happen to be angels. Yeah. That puts paid to the ego's false humility, the arrogance of false humility, right?
Yeah. And, the mind that tries to grasp it, the mind here at this level can't. It has no reference point. It's not able to surround and grasp it. It's got to be a gift of revelation to remember what we have forgotten. I would share that before I moved to New Mexico, I was driving on a California freeway, and for a moment or two, and I didn't understand it until I had read the Course in Miracles, 2 years later, there was a very personal reaching through the veil from the other side to me. And it wasn't a God experience. It didn't feel like the voice for Jesus, although I wasn't in deep communion with Jesus, but it was like a friend. Like you would feel a friend, a best friend, a close friend, a confidant who's on the other side of the veil that's telling you that we're right here. I'm right here. I love you. Don't give up. Don't be discouraged. Everything's okay. It was like, that was just this love bomb of encouragement and closeness. And I felt like I'd always known what that entity was. And I'm convinced now that it's one of my creations that's waiting for me to, snap out of it, so to speak. Yeah, it was really lovely.
Like a guardian angel, right?
Yes.
But we don't, through the ego filter, we don't allow the possibility that we actually originally created that guardian angel.
No.
Or those guardian angels, right?
Not in our littleness. No, we're so busy thinking that we're unworthy and limited and finite and mortal and sinful and guilty and doomed to death. Yeah.
Very funny.
It is. Yeah. Wow. So go on, sis. What more? That was great.
No, I think that's.
Was that it?
Yeah. And did you want to say something about this the second paragraph here? You are the self. This is God, right?
Right.
You are the self whom you created, Son, to God, right? You are the self whom you created, Son, creating like yourself and one with you. Myself, which rules the universe, is but your will in perfect union with my own, which can but offer glad assent to yours, that it may be extended to itself. Wow, wow. Embodying that is the awakening.
That's it. But that's like the closest writing, I think, that where he has given a almost the felt sense of what atonement is. Obviously, we're ready for it coming this far in the workbook lesson, but I mean, wow. Talking to God, you are the self whom you created, Son, creating like yourself and one with you. Myself, my holy self, which does rule the universe, is but your God's will in perfect union with my own. This is why myself is ruler of the universe, because I don't have a will or a presence or a power or an intelligence or a life apart from God. This is that about face and just recognizing God is all there is to me. Therefore, his will is my will. I am his will. In perfect union with my own, which can but offer glad assent. We can't offer anything else but a giant, glorious yes to God's will as our own. That it may be extended to itself. We're only ever extending to ourself, the rest of creation that we are one with. Wow, it's a time to just drop in and ask Holy Spirit to really give us the felt state and unpack, go past the defenses in our mind, which would say, I don't get it, or it's too convoluted, or, I don't understand. We do understand. It's just that this is what we're trying so hard to forget, to block. You can feel it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. Myself is ruler of the universe.
Because I'm one with God, I can accept that without going, whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, push it over a bit to the left, to the right. Yeah.
Wear it a little more proudly. Myself. No. Who's proud? Thanks, family.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
the.
sis, and thanks,
Yeah.
beautiful family.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah.